What's good, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. Christian here again with another video, and this time I have a neutral guide, fundamental neutral guide for you, because I believe, as a Z rank who can, go to quick play and use any character to get wins, even with Cell Jr., Kid Gohan, and characters like that, it makes the game a lot more fun to play when you can use a variety of characters. And I think the community, they complain about people who only use meta characters, but they don't realize that this game doesn't have a clear guide on how it's supposed to be played. When you go to the tutorial of this game, the tutorial is already outdated because Bandai has already patched the game like 5 to 6 times. So we've seen 5 to 6 versions of this game. So we can't complain that people don't know how to play neutral and don't know how to play without cheese tactics if we don't go into the community and actually explain how the game is supposed to be played. So because of that, I'm going to be making this video so that you too can pick any character, go to quick play, and have fun and actually get wins against good opponents. Okay, so let's start here. I got my Kid Buu. You're gonna see why. I'm gonna explain the first options that you have when engaging opponents. Okay, so obviously you have your Ki Blast, obviously you have your quick light chain attacks, and you have this right here, which you might not know, but you have light heavy smashes or buffered smash attacks. They have 2 names in the community, but they go like that. They look like that. So basically the way you do that is it's just like the same. That's a charge attack, right? Well, you're just gonna charge it for a split second and release it. Split second, release, split second, release, right? So that's your light smash attack, and those have extra range. So your light attacks don't have as much range. You need to get close to actually hit with them, whereas your light attacks can hit from mid-range. Look, you see that? So light smashes hit from mid-range is a good mid-range attack option. Whereas before we thought that there was no good attack options. Let me explain why we thought that. Is because, check this out. If I hit somebody with a light dash attack, well, let me use a different character because Kid Buu actually can link his combos. But let's say I hit him with a light dash attack. See, he could block after. Most characters can't link their dash attack into attack options. See? So that's no good, right? And then you have this option to counter Ki Blast, right? So you would think, okay, maybe I can dodge Ki Blast, hit him with that, and start my offense. Oh, I hit him a little too hard. Nope, he could block right after. See, so that's not a good option either. So what's a good option at mid-range? Basically, you're gonna try to hit a Ki Blast or poke him with Ki Blast, and then when you see an opportunity, you hit him with one of these. See, and that links. That actually stuns him long enough for you to get your offense off. So that's the good mid-range attack option that no one talks about. I mean, Z ranks know it, but they kind of gatekeep it. And that's the thing about the community, is that they'll complain about people not knowing how to play, but they won't teach you anything. And I'm going to correct that mistake right here. So basically, if you want to start your offense from mid-range, you are going to fish for that light smash attack option. See? And from here, I can start my offense, and I could do stuff like that, right? Now, the light chain attacks, you might think, okay, light chain attacks are fast, so they might be good to poke with, right? You're like, okay, I'm gonna poke like this. I'm gonna poke like this, start my offense like that, do that, right? The problem with that is the opponent from the front has several defense options that are very punishing, right? So like if they catch you maybe like charging one of these and they go like, and they block low, then that's offense for them. If they catch even like one of these small punches with a perception, then that's a gut punch and they start their offense, right? So anything you throw from the front with a light chain attack is really kind of risky, like way too risky, which is why people who have the option to do a kick in the front, like for example Kid Buu here, they can limit their chain attack to just 1 hit and 2 kicks, right? And that's very strong because you cannot perception this kick, you can only super perception it. And while that sounds bad, it's not actually bad because you're eating their resources every time they do a super perception. You gotta think, every 4 times they use super perception is one less time they could go auto spark in a match, which is pretty substantial, right? So see, even Kid Buu cannot do dash attack into combo. It just whiffs. But what you could do is dash attack into kicks, see? And that opens people up. So a lot of people, what they say is like, oh, yo bro, just throw hands, but they'll have a character like this that can open you up, whereas other characters can't, see? So basically, if light chain attacks are not good at poking, they're not good poking tools, and they don't have a lot of range, then that means that they're not your actual jabs in this game. They're not your poking tools, okay? They're just your punishment tools. So basically, if you make an opponent whiff, then you can start your offense with chain attacks, basically light chain attacks, right? And that is your main punishment tool, but it's not your poking tool. So you do not want to just stand in front of an opponent and throw a punch. Like, that is not a good option unless you have kicks. If you have kicks, then you could go ahead and throw kicks and open people up. But if you don't have that, then you can't use that option. So what do? Is that I'll use my ki blast here to basically annoy the opponent, because what you don't want to do is just allow them to sidestep for free, right? Because a lot of people, what they do is like, yeah bro, let's just throw hands. I'm gonna get right here and I'm gonna dodge this and I'm gonna dodge that and I'm gonna dodge this, and then I throw my offense when you miss, right? That's what they do. So basically what I do is I like to fight from here. I like to fight from the mid-range in this distance right here, because here I have my full movement options available to me, and I could do stuff like this right here. So I'll throw a slow ki blast and rush him from this angle, or I go here, you know what I mean? Or I throw a slow and I throw it into a fast one, into a light, right? So let me explain that. So basically, slow moving ki blast while standing. I always say that in my videos, and I probably don't explain it well enough. This is a slow moving ki blast while standing. I'm not moving and I throw it and it moves slow, right? And from a distance, because people like to talk about zoning, obviously this will never reach him, but what it does do is that it blocks ki blast coming from the front. So you could throw that, charge up a little bit, move to the left, move to the right, throw another one to block, go into a fast one, then you have this one blocking, you know. And so it's good protection tool at a distance, and it's good to mix up opponents at range. See, bam. So I could throw one, move, throw another into light, into a combo. See. All right, so basically your ki blasts are gonna be your main poking tools. Like, you poke from mid-range right here, you throw a fast one, and then you gotta learn this right here. So dash at an angle, right? Because unblockable ki blasts, like characters such as Goku Black and Future Trunks with sword strikes, their sword strikes track really well. So you want to be able to dash at an angle and make them miss, right? So the way that I make them miss here, let's say I'm at a distance and they're trying to zone me out, I'm gonna rush forward, and when I see the ki blast coming, dash at an angle. Okay, so rush forward, I see the ki blast, dash at an angle. Then that'll make them miss, and they'll have a split second where they're kind of in a lag because they threw that ki blast, and you could do this, and that punishes for 1,000 every time. So you can punish that unblockable ki blast for 1,000. Bam. So we established light chain attacks are not good poking tools. They're just punishment tools, right? So we're not going to be throwing raw punches from the front. That is not really a good move. Now, basically keep it to a limited option. Don't use it all the time, but it is sometimes you do have to throw them if you know, want to be aggressive. You just got to pick your spots, basically. So basically you're going to want to poke with ki blast at this range, and then every so often while you're hitting them with your regulars, you could dash in with a charge ki blast, and you can even get behind them. And sometimes they'll be trying to attack you and be stuck in an animation, and you could get behind them and hit them with a charge ki blast like this. And usually if you hit confirm the ki blast, then you're allowed to throw a light heavy smash afterwards, okay?
I can't believe how good you are.
Can't believe how good you are.
Alright, so now we're gonna talk about, you know, when you're fighting at close range, okay? So close range, we established that light chain attacks are kind of, you know, basically risky to throw because they can be perception, right? So if I try my offense from the front, then I could get Sonic Swayed, and Sonic Sway is very dangerous. It's probably the worst thing that could happen to you in the game, besides getting hit with the ultimate, that is, because obviously it drains your resources. Now, one thing that you got to learn, light heavy smashes cannot be perception, they can only be super perceptions. In close range, people have the ability to sidestep, and sidestep is still very strong even after nerf. So if you do one of these and they sidestep it, then they can start their offense, and so it's kind of risky to use. What you want to do at close range is that you want to still poke with ki blast, because people are going to be doing this, and you don't want to allow them to do that for free. So basically, whenever you see someone doing this, you can poke him with a ki blast, okay? And then the thing about close range, you want to learn your disengagement tool. But so basically, so when I'm close range, I don't want to be locked into just sidestepping. I feel like sidestepping, even though it is very powerful, it is limited movement, and I want my whole movement options available to me. So whenever I get ready, I can just throw a couple I could throw a couple of ki blasts, and now I'm disengaged. See, just like that. So it's very easy to disengage with Dragon Dash. Okay, so my bread and butter, basically, when I'm close range, I don't want to allow people to just do this. So I'll just I'll use my ki blast to disrupt their movement, and I'm out of their range, okay? And then in order to mix that up, basically what you could do is, okay, you're throwing ki blast, I'm right in your face with a ki blast, right? So ki blast into elevator, into dash, ki blast, right? So ki blast, disengage, re-engage, bam. Now, another option you could do, obviously you could do the regular just sidestep into combat. So you could do here when they, let's say they miss, potentially they vanish, dash in gut punch, okay? Imagine they're trying to strike you, you make them miss, they're gonna vanish, step in gut punch. Yeah, so when you're at close range and you're trying to disengage, you can't just disengage with sidestep. It's too slow and you can't dash out. You're gonna use Dragon Dash to disengage, just like that. Okay. And then you're back at range where you could throw some of these. And you could go back into range and out of range. You could go up and do it, or you could go down and do it. See? So you got to practice that movement tech. That movement tech is very important. Disengaging with Dragon Dashes and dashing back in or dashing out. You know, you want your whole movement ability available to you. You do not want to be stuck doing just this. It's very, very predictable, guys. So then if you learn this ability of using these light heavy smashes, basically you can use any character because these light heavy smashes have range. So even characters like, for example, here Cell Jr., right? Cell Jr. has really like small hits. If I do this, say it takes like 3 hits for me to get to my opponent. With Cell Jr., if you learn this tech, you can basically, you can start your offense from here. So basically, those 3 fundamental things will get you in a spot where you could pick any character and play and be successful. So basically, if we're gonna summarize, okay, so light chain attacks are not poking tools, okay? They're not like really good at initiating offense from the front. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna set them up. You're gonna set them up with this. Set them up with a charge key blast, okay? Then you're gonna use your disengagement tools. Just mix up the ranges. Mix up the options, right? That way you're unpredictable. You're not just doing this, right? Even though that works, you're gonna have to do that sometimes in the match. In my opinion, is not the best option. The best option, in my opinion, is to mix up your key blast from range to start your offense. Okay. Then once you have them, you use your chain attacks to basically punish them. Alright, so let's see what it looks like when we put it all together. Here I'm fighting this Vegeta with Cell Jr. As you see, I lock him down with Key Blast to initiate my offense with kicks. I don't just use light chain attacks from the front because they're very punishable. And as you see, I use Key Blast once again to reset him and land my smash attack. I approach with a Dragon Dash attack, but I don't follow it up because, as I mentioned, it's not very safe option, okay? As you see, he doesn't have an answer for it because I'm not allowing him to sidestep, okay? In this example, I have a Goku Black here. I'm going to employ my step in and step out punish. Basically, it allows me to reset my position and throw out an armored punish. In this other example, this person was spamming a lot of side steps. So basically, I go into my mid-range attack and retreat when I see them employing all the side steps because I'm not allowing them to sidestep for free. Okay, guys, we're not gonna allow people to just move freely. We're gonna use Key Blast to poke and initiate our offense from a safe distance. And as you see, it's working very well for me in this match. My next example is against a zoner. He's spamming a lot of unblockable Key Blast. So as you see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to Dragon Dash forward and dash at an angle that's going to allow me to dodge his unblockable Key Blast and approach him in a safe manner. So here he's going to try to push me away, try to zone me out once again. He's Explosive Wave, and now he's charging up an unblockable Key Blast, and I just dodge it with a diagonal dash attack. Puts me back at range where I could do some actual damage and finish the match. And see, if you employ all of these tactics, you can use any character in the game, no problem, against good competition and get some dubs. It's gonna allow you to have some fun with Sparking Zero so that you don't have to cheese to get all your dubs. Okay, guys? If you like this video, go ahead and like and sub. I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Peace out.